Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Haris bin Romi Hadi with metric card number 01DKB19F1040. Today, my team and me represent Picketing, and the case that we chosen is National Union of Journalists versus UTUSAN Malaysia. Background of UTUSAN Malaysia. The Malaysian Tribune, or simply UTUSAN, is a Malaysian Malay language daily newspaper formerly owned by the UTUSAN Group. The newspaper is currently owned by Media Mulia, distinguished for its blue message as its logo and trademark. UTUSAN Malaysia is the oldest Malay language newspaper in Malaysia and the world. It was first published in Jawi in 1939 and became an influential medium for the people to voice out their opinions toward the ruling of the British government in Malaya. Since 2018, the newspaper shifting its size from broadsheet to tabloid format. In recent years, UTUSAN Malaysia went through a critical business period as its daily circulation and readership continued to decline, along with deteriorating cash flow of its former parent company, despite initial reports that the newspaper and its sister papers, Mingguan Malaysia Cosmo and Cosmo Ahad, would be shutting down in middle August 2018. The newspaper was relaunched on 20 July 2020. Picketing is a real type of protest in which individuals, known as picketers, gather outside a workplace or a site where an event is being held. Pickets are typically held outside of working hours, either before or after work or in lunch. Picketing workers are not on floor and continuing to work in the normal manner. Outside, the employees will form groups and hold giant banners with messages expressing their discontent. While there is more flexibility to picket, it is only permitted as long as it is not done for the reason mentioned above. Picketing must not be carried out in a way that leads to: the first one is fear-mongering, the next one is obstruction of access to or leave from one place of employment, and there has been a violation of the peace. If any of the above doesn't apply, an employer may be able to sue you or your union for damage under civil law. If your employer threatens to take action against you, you should ask a solicitor for advice, or the lawyer. Your union will have one that can act your behalf. Objective of picketing. The objective of picketing is to notify workers and the general public that they are involved in a labor dispute with their employer and to beg for sympathy and understanding. Picketing cannot be forbidden, but it can be regulated to protect other parties, including the general public. The law recognizes and guarantees only peaceful picketing. Hence, in all instances, the use of violence and coercion is absolutely prohibited. Criminal law and picketing is a criminal offense for pickets too. The first one is use threatening or abusive words or behave in a threatening manner towards others passing close by the picket line. The next one is get in the way of other people attempting to enter or leave premise being picketed. The next one is be in possession of an offensive weapon. Next, damage property either deliberately or recklessly. The next one is cause or threaten to cause a breach of the peace. There may be police present at a picket line. The police can take any measure that feel are necessary to ensure that picketing is peaceful and orderly.
Thank you, Haris. My name is Aimi Najwa Benti Marozi. My metric number 01DKB19F1023. I will continue our presentation. I think everyone know a problem from UTUSAN Malaysia. So, I explain and to make clearly about the issue of UTUSAN Malaysia. Issue. Firstly, a dispute between employers UTUSAN Malaysia and employer UTUSAN Malaysia. Why can this happen? It is because UTUSAN Malaysia failed to pay their employers' salaries for 1.5 months. To make it easier to understand, almost all UTUSAN Malaysia employers do not receive a salary payment. Next, details involved in picketing of UTUSAN Malaysia case. After a severe delays in payment of salaries, employers of UTUSAN Malaysia decide to do a picketing at August 19. But they stopped it when management found the UTUSAN Malaysia employers and provide a solution. So, the employers decide to give a period until August 19. Next, this picketing is done for 1 hour from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. A total of 250 staff under NUJ or National Union of Journalists Malaysia participate in the picketing. In the 250 staff, it not include executive staff who also do not receive a salary. The employers do picketing in outside or more easily in front of the UTUSAN Malaysia building. Thank you. I will pass to next presenter.
Thank you, Aimee Najwa. My name is Nur Aida Shasha binti Cik with metric number 01 DKB 1MF1020. I will continue this presentation with settlement of this case. The Human Resource Ministry has directed to settle all unpaid voluntary separation scheme VSS compensation to its 708 former employees as well as to clear the outstanding salaries to its employees. What is VSS? VSS is a scheme or offer where an employer invites and offers the employee to resign voluntarily without the implication of a retrenchment while still receiving the fair compensation. In addition, UHY Advisory Sendirian Berhad as the temporary liquidator appointed by UTUSAN has been instructed by the Ministry of Human Resources to ensure that all affected employees are compensated in accordance with the Employment Act 1955. Next, the Ministry also asked UTUSAN to issue a termination form and issue a notice of termination or pay compensation to its employees. After a few days of uncontrollable condition, UTUSAN has issued a circular memorandum on October 9, 2019, informing that all operations of the UTUSAN company will cease effective on October 9, 2019, while the last day of service of his employees is the next day. With that, UTUSAN Malaysia and its sister publication Cosmo ended operation on October 9, 2019. That's all from me and I will pass to the next presenter.
Thank you, Aida Shasha. I'm Atika Mesara binti Azman with metric card number 01 DKB 19F1025. We continue our presentation. Conclusion. In conclusion, employees can get their wage paid back through this way of picketing, as this way can give due justice and look after the welfare of the employees, as the employees have the power to speak up when the situation arises. Unstable economy became workers picketing to this company. After this picketing, the company have to solve this problem in any way to pay the employees salary that is long overdue. Pickets can result in losses to the company. This is due to the picketing activities that are being carried out by the workers while working and causing the work to be temporarily delayed. In addition, employees do not produce a task perfectly, which result in the performance of the company or organizations deteriorating due to dissatisfaction with the company. This is due to the customer who want a service that satisfies their needs, and most customers will not remain loyal to the organizations that has various problems, especially when its employees are holding large-scale picketing. In addition, picketing can also result in the employee losing his job. Employees engaged in picketing can result in job loss because of them feel uncomfortable to continue working in the company because their desire to get the rise of salary cannot to be provided by the company. As a result, the company will lose potential employees to help the company to progress further. The company should play a role in overcome this problem, and it is the best to avoid this picketing problem. In addition, picketing can also cause the image of this largest company to be tarnished because an organizations that take place picketing will be considered as organizations that does not have systematic management. Others will assume that if there is picketing in an organization, it means that the organized management is unsatisfactory, which result in its employees having to picketing as a result of their wants and needs are not met by the company, and most picketing employees due to their rights are ignored by their own employers. From this case, the union of the company, namely NUJ, National Union of Journalists, can help these oppressed workers by upholding due justice so that the UTUSAN Malaysia takes seriously the welfare of their employees. NUJ will act more strictly, and no more collective bargaining will be done if the company still does not seek initiative on this issue. Production of the company's product will decrease. In this case, we have seen that although the relationship between the employers and employees are so good that the employees love the company and do not want to leave their jobs, but the welfare of the employees is forgotten. The company must prioritize it even if the company suffer losses. Hopefully, in this case, the company can learn to no longer take action to employees that is not pay their salary when the company is almost bankrupt. Always ready to provide backup solution as from the beginning of the business in the company. Here the video that National Union of Journalists picket at UTUSAN office over unpaid wage.
Kami mau gaji. Kita datang sini nak untuk gaji. Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Takbir! Semua datang fitri. Kami gambar. Semua datang. Kami gambar lambat-lambat sikit.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi dan selamat sejahtera. Macam yang saya bagi tahu sebentar tadi, saya ni Muhammad Hasmazi. Saya daripada unit grafik lah. Saya memang staff UTUSAN dan saya sudah bekerja di sini selama 23 tahun lah masuk. Jadi saya dah berjumpa macam-macam masalah dekat UTUSAN, daripada kemelisitan ekonomi, kejatuhan ni semualah, berapa banyak KP, tapi tak pernah sekalipun saya mengalami suasana macam ni. Sehingga tahap kami ni dah dibantu macam orang mangsa banjir. Macam orang yang, tapi memang pun kami dah 3 kali tak tak dibagi gaji. You bayangkan. Kami datang ke sini bekerja untuk dapat pendapatan untuk tampung hidup kami. Sebaliknya kami datang sini kami terpaksa meminjam untuk isi minyak datang bekerja. Nampaklah situasi tu. Jadi bukanlah kami nak tutang, kami sayang, sangat sayang. Sebab tu kami tidak keluar daripada tempat ni macam mana pun yang berlaku. Tapi masalahnya macam kami ni tidak dihargai, tak dipandang. Kesukaran, kesusahan kami ni macam mudah je. Kami dibagi tahu yang terakhir 6 hari bulan ni akan dibagi. Lepas tu keluar satu memo kata tak dapat bagi, technical punya problem. Lepas tu senyap. Jadi kami ni apa sebenarnya? Macam kami ni tak ada nilai. Sedangkan kami terpaksa meminjam untuk datang bekerja dan kami balik dan tak pernah kami tinggalkan kerja. Surat khabar keluar hari kan. Itu hasil kerja kami sebenarnya. Bukanlah kami nak mengungkit, tapi kami bekerja tanpa walaupun tak ada gaji, kami tak ada tinggalkan kerja. Kami tak ada cuaikan kerja.
Well, that's all from us. Thank you for lending us your ears.